Hi again. The book we're going to discuss today is Just 2 Seconds, and it's written by Gavin Becker, who was the author of a book I reviewed previously, The Gift of Fear, which discusses the inbuilt survival signals that protect us in generic self-protection situations. This book, Just 2 Seconds, is about a very, very specific form of survival signals and mindset, which applies really only to the field of VIP protection. Now, lots of books, some of which I've reviewed on this channel, cover all the aspects of VIP protection: the planning, the procedures, protocol, working with the family, all those aspects, and they're all very important, not to be minimized. But at the end of the day, the task of the bodyguard is to protect the VIP against physical attack. And if you can't do that, everything else is cosmetic. It doesn't matter if he's standing there suited and booted, looking immaculate, really looking the part, and he fails to protect the VIP. So what this book does is present as a rather unique analysis of the situation. And I will quote from the book because Gavin Becker has identified two particular moments. And one is from the attacker's point of view, and one is from the bodyguard's point of view. Now, in the attack on President Reagan, the 2 seconds was for the shots, for the actual physical attack. But this is preceded by what's called the moment of commitment by the attacker. He is looking to see where the bodyguards are, where the protection is, what his opportunity is, possibly his chance of escaping, and he's making up his mind. And this is analogous to the orient phase in the OODA loop. And once he decides that the time is right, that he commits to the attack and he produces the weapon and positions himself to actually deliver the close quarter attack. On the other hand, the bodyguard is scanning the environment. He's aware of the most likely areas of attack if he's doing his job properly. He's already positioned himself tactically, and if he's astute, he can pick up that moment of commitment. So even though a lot of scenarios and defenses have been postulated on hearing the gunshots and reacting to the gunshots, a really good bodyguard can pick up that moment. And you can see it quite often in some of the videos of attacks. You see the guy's body language change, and it's very noticeable. And that's something you should be looking for. And that gives you that extra couple of seconds, possibly. So as you're gaining that moment of recognition, you're already moving yourself or possibly moving the VIP. And this really is the whole thesis of the book. And there's a lot of material backing it up. And there's a lot of stuff on exercises and training, etc., and about the time and distance formulas and things like this. It's a really full book, and it lots and lots of very meaty information. Now, this particular mindset, which is a little, when I was putting all this stuff together on our training courses, I came up with, from the Kendall Cooper's color code, the idea of condition yellow alpha, which is for VI protection on duty, which is a kind of hot yellow. It's more than just the relaxed scan, it's more focused. But this the book explains it even more and makes it even more specific, what you're looking for, what you're focusing on, and why. So the problem is it's a little bit difficult to screen for this mental ability, because in any kind of training scenario, we always know something's going to happen. So you're on guard. Whereas in reality, you need to be able to protect the VIP 8 hours into a 12-hour shift on third week of a contract where nothing's really happened until then. So until people come up with really good screening, we've got to rely on the material we've got, the people who turn up, and put them through enough attack training, AOP drills, attack on principle drills, to try and instill this and give them the importance of it. And the job is difficult. I mean, you could be working what we call halls and walls, where you're standing outside the VIP's office or hotel room for several hours, and nothing's happening. There's really nothing going on around you. On the other hand, you could be at a very, very high stimulus events where there's lots happening all around, lots of movement, noise, and so on. And your mindset's got to be able to cope with both of those situations and still be able to pick up the possible threats, where they're going to come from, and position yourself and watch for the moment of recognition and so on. So all in all, the book, I've recommended ever since I first read it. I've recommended on our courses. It's one of the most important books in the field of VIP protection, and it doesn't really spill over too much into generic self-protection, but for anyone involved in personal security at any kind of level, whether individual or as a team member, it's really essential reading, and it's stuff you don't get anywhere else. So just 2 seconds on my reading list.